That's true. Did you know you can learn foreign language through Instagram? One of the accounts that may help you to learn new language is Let's Speak Vietnamese. The account has gained 300 followers and helped them to learn Vietnamese language. So are you all interested to try it?
Yeah.
Yes.
Or if I may, Vietnamese pho as well.
Oh, yes. I love eating
That's
pho.
like a must, right?
Yes.
Ooh. Not an easy language at all.
No, it's
Yes,
not.
absolutely not.
And now I would like to invite our fellow Southeast Asian who is keen to spread her country's culture through social media. Meet Phung Ha, owner of and founder of Let's Speak Vietnamese on Instagram. Xin chào.
Hi.
Xin
Xin
chào,
chào.
Miss Pha.
Come on, try your Vietnamese language. Survival one.
Miss Ha.
Dạ quay
Sorry.
con.
Yes.
Mình khỏe, cảm ơn con bạn.
Yeah, khỏe. So that was actually asking how are you? Is that right, Miss Ha?
Yeah, that's correct.
Yeah, yay.
So
Great job.
it is very rare for people to learn Vietnamese language unless they actually live in Vietnam or they have something to do in Vietnam for a long time. But the thing that I want to ask you, when did you become a tutor and influencer who teach about and promote Vietnamese culture, especially the language?
Yes, well, I actually started in 2014 in September. So up until now, it's like all over 8 years. So it's been a long time. I started with just teaching some friends. And then I realized that, I actually really enjoyed sharing cultures with my foreign friends. And I never thought I would become a teacher, but and then I also really enjoyed teaching as well.
Wow, very, very interesting. I mean, for me, if I see Vietnamese people talking, I always see them talking through their nose. I don't know how different it is from the normal language like that we speak in English.
Is there also
English.
nasal with Vietnamese language?
Yeah.
I see.
Okay,
I
so
mean-
okay, so we have a lot of questions, but
Yes, yes.
okay, if you put it on a scale from 1 to 10, how much do your followers know about Vietnamese language? Do they know anything as a start?
Oh, I mean, like, it's a very tough question, but I would say 7. I mean, it's a pretty standard
Seriously?
number, but I think that, like, I would assume that people would only follow our account if they know of Vietnamese or if they're interested in Vietnamese culture or they have already lived in Vietnam. Yeah.
I see. And what's your goal in creating content in Let's Learn Vietnamese? About the culture and about the language itself, of course.
Yes, my goal, well, when I started the account, I just simply wanted to share Vietnamese with people. And then with all the comments, I realized that a lot of people find Vietnamese very intimidating, very difficult to learn. So that's why when I develop my account a little bit more, I want to make Vietnamese fun and less intimidating for people, for new beginners. And also we try to provide the most basic and practical content for our audience.
Yeah.
So that something like, for example, you just ask me how are you?
Yeah.
And things like that. So it's just very practical for people. Yeah.
So we've been seeing into your accounts, and you have lots of different approaches on teaching the language. But when it comes to social media, people would have their own favorite content.
Yes.
So what content do you think your followers like the most among those approaches?
Yeah, I mean, you're very, very right. People have different interest on social media, and we found out that the most relatable content would attract most people. So, for example, I know that Vietnam is famous for a pretty hectic traffic.
Yes.
Like a lot of people would be really scared when they go to Vietnam and they have to cross the road.
Yeah.
So like those kind of contents really like attract people, and also like something like fun, like how to say "oh my god" in Vietnamese.
How to say the?
Okay, we want to know how to say "oh my god" in Vietnamese.
Yes.
How do you
How to
say
say
it?
oh my god?
Well, I mean, like on textbook, it will say "ôi trời ơi," but when we say it, we add a little bit more like expression. So we say "ôi trời ơi."
Oh, sorry.
Wow.
So it's faster. It's faster and needs some stressing.
As
Oh,
far
sorry.
as I know, my Vietnamese vocab is only pho.
Yes, mine too.
Okay, so as a Vietnamese, although this is probably not so fair to ask to you, do you think learning the language is hard?
Well, as a Vietnamese, I should say no.
Oh,
But
yeah.
yes, it is.
Let's have some positivity here.
But yes, it is.
That's a fair answer. Okay, and what are your
Yeah,
tips?
I mean,
Sorry, you can continue.
sorry. I'm saying that it is a difficult language because of the pronunciation. For a lot of people, they don't get the tones correctly. We have like 6 tones in Vietnamese,
yes,
so that
that's
makes it
true.
very difficult for people to understand. Yeah, so that's the main concern when people learn Vietnamese.
I see.
That doesn't apply here in Indonesia. On whatever tone
have no
you say, people will understand.
We have no tones. But Ms. He, what are your tips for people who want to learn Vietnamese language?
Right. My tips. Well, I would say first of all, you just have to give it a try.
Yes,
I know a lot of people
I agree.
would be scared.
Yeah. And I heard that Vietnamese
Yeah,
is also like Chinese. There's a difference when you said it in different tone.
Yeah.
Can you tell us the example of that?
Well, I mean, like probably the most famous example that I could give people would be the word ban. So ban with a neutral tone, it is ban. Ban. If we put it with an uptone, so we say ban means to sell. And then if we put a down tone, which is ban, is table. And then if we say that with a dot, it means friend. So like with one word, you can have like many versions of it just
Oh
by
my
changing the tones.
Wow.
What about banh mi? I mean,
Banh mi.
Banh mi?
is it a different one? Is
it's-
it a different word?
From what I heard, it's banh mi.
Oh, it's banh mi. Banh mi.
Yeah, but yeah.
Banh mi,
Means friends,
banh
but
mi.
like
Yeah.
like
We said it
when you
wrong
talk about a
this
lot of
time.
friends.
Yeah, there's banh mi in the pho restaurant too.
All
Oh,
right.
by me, yes.
Yeah. Oh, you got it. You thought it was something else?
Yeah, I thought it was something
That's
else.
how
I thought you
difficult it
talk
is.
about like button bag. Exactly what I said. If you say the wrong tones, it's very difficult for us to actually recognize the words
I
without the
see.
context.
I see.
Okay,
Oh,
okay.
wow. I'm getting curious.
Yes.
I'm getting even more curious.
Yep.
All right, so we'll continue with See the Stories after the break, and we'll continue learning Vietnamese language. Don't go anywhere. It's getting easier and easier every time.
Hopefully, it's getting easier.
Hello, everyone. Good morning to all of you viewers. You're right here from Indonesia, Southeast Asia, and around the world.
Here with us and see today, it's time for the first sports update of the morning. Pelita Jaya Jakarta won the first game of the 2022 IBL semifinals against the West Bandit Solo at Gor Citra Arena, Bandung, West Java.
Paul McCartney is among some high-profile fans celebrating widely beloved singer, actor, and humanitarian Doris Day.
Keluar gue di rumah, kita peraturan nggak banyak-banyak, cuma satu. Satu doang. Jangan nyusahin.
Artis Indonesia
Apa?
yang hatinya busuk.
Siapa?
Indra Jengkel.
Ya. SH,
Sarjana hukum.
Eskom,
Sarjana komputer.
SS.
Share screenshot.
Bukan.
What, in the morning, pop stick for a living and going to pasal sama. Itu emang campuran bahasa daerah.
Hey buddies, welcome welcome back to another episode of Buddy Talk with me, Paul Palelli. Let's say hello to Bebo and the Buds. Hey, guys! Oh, this is your assistant, Trey.
Hi, my name is Paul. For us, going like solo right now is like a refreshing.
I'm actually not good at acting because I'm too real.
Well, it's time for another Buddy Challenge. It's the only word I know.
Mama udah nelpon. Mama ini udah nonton Ngeri Ngeri Sedap. Sedih, Mak. Sedih. Indra pindah agama kok nggak bilang. Tapi kontak nama bapak abang siapa? Di handphone. Oh, di handphoneku. Kau siapa? Nomor.
Aku di pesawat dipanggil ngeri-ngeri sedap. Ngeri-ngeri sedap. Terpaksa aku nengok. Iya, Pak. Kok aku mengiyakan namaku ngeri-ngeri sedap jadinya.
Welcome back to the Vietnamese class. We're still having our tutor, Miss Hanh, trying to struggle with our Vietnamese. So, Miss Hanh, you're still with us, right? From Hanoi, joining us with you today. All right, so for people who want to come to Vietnam, what places would you suggest them to visit?
Right. Well, there are a lot of places, I would say. I mean, like, I'm from Vietnam, and I love Vietnam, so I want to introduce a lot of places to you. But I guess the most common ones would be like Ha Long Bay, right? Everybody knows of Ha Long Bay. But I would say go a little bit further north. Then you can see Ha Giang and Sapa and Mai Châu. That is like the mountain area. Like in spring, it's amazing. It looks really, really beautiful. And if you go down south, there are a lot of like beaches, like for example, Đà Nẵng, Nha Trang, Quy Nhơn, Phú Quốc. A lot of nice beaches, yeah.
Whoa!
Wow! But
hearing it.
now let's talk about tradition. We are actually curious about the tradition in Vietnam. You know, if you are, let's say, if you are addressing the culture in Vietnam and the other tradition in Southeast Asia, what are the most differences that you can actually point out?
Right. I would say there are a lot of like overlaps in cultures in general, but I would say like there's some of like differences. I would say like so clear for me is that like first of all, we are very straightforward. Like we're really straightforward, and especially like we don't sugarcoat things if we think that what we're saying is good for you. You know what I mean? As like, for example, if somebody looks a little bit too thin or overweight, we're not going to be like sugarcoating it, but we actually will say that to you. But with the intention that it is good for you. So we don't actually try to shame you, but we just think that it's good.
Not insulting, but
Not
like giving advice.
Yeah.
Yes. And since we are interested,
and, I would say like,
sorry, you can continue.
Sorry. Yeah, sorry. It's just like one more thing is that like in Vietnam, when you visit a family, I would say like don't try to come too early. Not because like it's late. But because we like when we prepare a meal for people, we want it to be perfect. So we try to actually like make it as like as well prepared as possible. So if you come too early, then it's not ready yet. So we don't want to see that. So we want to just like actually be the most welcomed in the house by being the most prepared.
So you see other South Asian countries, for example, they're pretty much not too straightforward like Vietnamese?
Indonesian is not.
Indonesians are not
so straightforward.
Especially Japanese Indonesians. Yes.
Really?
Yeah, I guess so.
I actually have some. I taught a student from Indonesia before, but I would say I think they're still a little bit less rude than us.
Yes, because we're not straightforward. Yeah.
We're not getting used to, you know, stating out the fact and all.
It's the truth, right?
Yes. we have a habit of sugarcoat things, unlike you guys Vietnamese.
Yeah, that's right.
And since we are very interested in learning Vietnamese, but, even though we know it's hard, can you teach us some of the words? Like hello, how are you, I'm good, I love you,
Okay,
things
let's
like
begin
that.
with hello. How do you say it?
Let's say the first one. Hello.
Hello.
Hello would be Xin Chào for the north.
Oh, just like you said
I'm from Hanoi, so I will probably teach you the Hanoian accent is better.
Okay.
Yes,
Xin
Xin
chào.
Chào. Okay.
But I also heard
Xin
people
chào.
saying to me Chao An.
Chao unlike Chinese.
Oh yeah, so we also just say when we become a little bit more like familiar with a person, then we start using a little bit more informal way to greet people. So we say chào plus a pronoun we use to call the person.
Okay.
So for example, if you are a male older than me, then I will call you anh, and in that case I say chào anh.
That's why. Because I was kind of like confused. I heard
Those
about
are
Xin
different.
Chao, but
Yes.
why were people saying Chao
Chao
An
An.
to me?
But I feel
Like
like
in
you say
Chinese,
Chao
right?
An, they will see you as a local.
Probably.
And what about how are you?
Yeah, how are you?
Right. What you just said to me was the southern accent. So I'm gonna say the northern version now.
Yeah.
Which is bạn khỏe không?
Ba Hui Hong.
I cannot even say.
I can't even.
Could you repeat that?
Could you please repeat it?
Yes. So, okay. So bạn
Ba
khỏe
Khỏe.
không?
Hum.
ba
Ba
khỏe
khỏe
hum.
Yeah, you need a little
Ba
bit
khỏe
like double face at the end.
Oh, ba khỏe hum. Yeah.
Oh, that is so helping.
Yeah.
That is so helping. Ba Hui Hong.
Ba khỏe hum.
You cannot learn it just by looking at the writings.
No.
It's
Yes.
impossible.
No,
You have
it's
to hear it.
impossible.
Right.
Okay.
Okay, next is I'm good. What is it in Vietnamese?
Like, the answer for how are
Right.
you,
Yeah,
how
are
to
you?
reply.
Good.
Yeah. So the phrase bạn khỏe không means are you healthy? So when you answer, you say I am healthy, which is tôi khỏe.
Tuổi
Tôi
khỏe.
khỏe.
Khỏe. Khỏe.
Tôi khỏe.
Tuổi khỏe. And if it's I'm not good, like I'm not in a good health condition, let's say.
Yeah. Okay. So you add không, which is no, and it becomes tôi không khỏe.
Oh, tuổi
Tôi
không
không
khỏe.
khỏe.
Oh, so hum is
Sorry,
actually
hum
to,
khỏe.
is a negative
No.
version to things.
Oh, hum khỏe. And what about I love you?
Maria, why are you asking this?
Okay. There's so the phrase if you talk like from a girl to a guy, you say em yêu anh, and if you want to say from a guy to a girl, you say anh yêu em.
Oh, it's the opposite.
Em
Em yêu
yêu
Em yêu anh and an
An
yêu
yêu
em.
em.
Okay.
Okay. We might just, mix things up.
Yes, yes.
And let's say,
that's interesting.
how about thank you in
That's
Vietnamese?
important.
Thank you. Yeah. Okay. Thank you in Vietnamese is cảm ơn.
Cảm ơn. Oh.
Nice.
Cảm ơn.
And all right, so because this is weekend already.
Yes.
How do you say happy weekend?
Okay. Happy weekend is cuối tuần vui vẻ.
Whoa, whoa,
Cuối
whoa, whoa.
tuần.
Wait.
Vui vẻ.
How was it again?
Okay. So cuối tuần.
Cuối
Cuối
tuần.
Tuần.
Yeah. Cuối tuần means weekend.
Oh,
okay?
cuối
So
tuần.
cuối
Cuối
tuần.
tuần.
Wait, tuần. And then
we have vui vẻ.
Vui vẻ.
Cuối tuần vui vẻ.
Yeah, vui vẻ means happy.
Vui vẻ.
So
Khỏe.
just
khỏe
for these
thân,
So
khỏe-
survival
Vui vẻ.
terms,
Vui
I think
vẻ.
I need like a week.
Yes. I can't
Try
even
to
remember
pronounce
from
all
the
these.
start until the last phrase.
Okay, so
not easy at all.
Lizette, we have some questions that we've been wanting to ask anyone how the right way to pronounce it. So we're kind of like mixing up the names of Vietnamese people. Let's say we see
The most popular one
the
is
most popular one,
Yeah.
Nguyen.
How
How do you actually say it?
Yeah, very popular.
Yeah.
Right. Right. Yeah. So the word Nguyen is like the most common last name in Vietnam.
Yeah.
And a lot of people struggle with it.
Yeah.
How do you pronounce
to
it?
correctly say it?
And to be honest, the southern way is a little bit easier to pronounce, So like you can say Nguyen.
Nguyen.
And then in the north, we actually make it a little bit more difficult. So we say Nguyen.
Nguyen.
Oh man.
Oh, so it's Nguyen.
Nguyen.
If it's from the north.
Into two parts. You say Nguyen, and then Nguyen.
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 Nguyen and Nguyen.
I mean, is it easier to start with a southern accent first than to north? Because it seems a bit more complicated, don't you
So it's Nguyen and Nguyen.
think?
Nguyen.
Yeah,
Nguyen.
that's
So,
correct.
okay.
That's very good.
It is going to be very useful for us here in the news station.
Yeah.
Please, can you teach us how to pronounce your president's name?
Your name.
Sorry, my name?
Your president's name.
Oh, my president's name.
Yeah.
Yes.
Right. Okay. My president's name is oh shit.
It's all right. It's all right. It's all right.
This is not a
It's
test.
all right.
Okay.
Because
Okay, you
we
can
say
make
it
it.
oftentimes. We don't want to make
Yeah.
mistakes, you know.
Sorry, like the word president.
Yeah,
I-
you're
I
no.
need-
The
I
name,
don't really
the
know
name
the
of your
president.
president.
in Vietnamese, so I'm actually looking for it.
The name of your president.
Your
if I'm
president.
mistaken, your president is.
Yeah. Sorry, but like president is like the top of
Yes.
people, right?
Yeah,
I mean,
the
because
top- yeah, the
I don't
government.
know the word president meaning in Vietnamese.
Yeah, I see.
Nguyen Xuan Phuc.
Yeah, how do you pronounce that?
Yeah. But okay, Nguyễn Xuân Phúc, you're talking about him. Okay.
Yeah. What? How do you pronounce it again?
Okay, so it is Nguyễn Xuân Phúc.
Oh, it's Phuc, not Phuc.
Nguyen Xuan Phuc.
Okay, it's Phuc,
Alright.
not Phuc.
Yeah.
Okay, so
It's
the
Phung.
K are not pronounced. The K in the end is not pronounced as K, but as
Phuc.
something like that.
It's
Nguyen.
Xuan.
Nguyễn Xuân Phúc.
All right.
Nguyen
Okay.
Xuan Phuc.
Very
Ms.
different
Het,
than
that
what we
is
thought
very
before.
useful for us here because we've been so, so
Misled before.
Yes. Thank you so
you
much,
for
Miss
sharing.
Het.
Yeah, I mean, like, we cannot thank you enough for teaching us in this short courses to us. We want to say Cảm ơn. Thank you so much
Thank
for the
you.
short
Thank you
courses
so
to
much.
us.
Thank you so much.